Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the pregame lobby. I'm your host, Trep, joined by my co-host, Mr. Williz, and we hope you all had a fantastic Christmas, a very Merry Christmas, as they say. Hopefully you enjoyed spending time with your loved ones. This is why this episode's coming out again on Saturday instead of Friday, because obviously Thursday was Christmas, so we were busy all day with family and all that kind of stuff, but hopefully you all had a very Merry Christmas. Hopefully Santa brought you everything you wanted. And yeah, hopefully it was a great one. As we move into the new year, we get ready for 2026 to come around the corner, which means we still have a little bit of time, Will, until matches return for the CDO. We still got about 2 weeks, a little less 2 weeks as everybody watching this episode. But Will, how was your Christmas, man? What was anything crazy happen? Anything new and exciting in the world of Will?
Yeah. So Christmas was good. We'll get there first. Christmas was good. I'm at that age now. I'm 30 this year. I'm at that age now. There's no like big, crazy presents that you want once you start getting this age. My mom got me a new monitor for the setup. That's always nice. Some blue jeans and socks. Desperately needed blue jeans and socks. Love that. But I think the biggest Christmas surprise this year, I might have broken my foot. I've actually, I was talking about this to Trep the other night on his stream. I was bringing in groceries for Christmas dinner a couple days before Christmas, and I, not fully paying attention, thought I was on the bottom step of my porch, and I was not on the bottom step of my porch. And I walked backwards, just straight walked backwards off my porch, and oh boy, I was sailing. The world slowed down and everything, and I came down awkward on my foot, and it is killing me. So I'm probably, if I'm still having issues with it after like the holiday season stuff like that's over, I'll go to the hospital. But for a broken bone, man, they're just gonna wrap it up and tell you to stay off of it.
Yep.
It's not like they're doing anything important. So that was mine. What about yours?
Mine was good. It was hot as fuck in my mom's house. But outside of that, I think the biggest surprise I got was I had a list, and like you said, we're kind of to the age where like not really putting a whole lot of crazy stuff on lists anymore. You're kind of just throwing like hoodies and socks and all that kind of stuff on there. And I threw a TV on my list just for shits and giggles, and it was at the very bottom. And I was like, I'm probably not going to get this. I even had like a plan for the new year. I was like, yeah, okay, when this happens, this is the TV I'm going to go for, yada, yada. But my mom actually came out and got me a 65-inch TV for the living room. So
there you go.
That was pretty sick. Outside of that, just got some things for the house. Got a new knife block. My wife got a new vacuum, which she's stoked about. So, yeah, the TV was a big surprise. In terms of anything here, nothing new. I'm getting a new headset. That's in progress.
There you go.
But outside of that, nothing around the setup has really changed all that much. I mean, I kind of have everything I could need, in terms of what a gaming setup should look like. But yeah, it was good. Get a couple more days off before I go back to work, so I'm gonna try to enjoy that time and hang out a little bit more, get some content stuff done because I am behind on both channels, our channel and my personal one. So today, the day of us recording this, is my day of editing shit. And did you know? Let me tell you something, Will. I recorded my first episode of my endgame Genesis grind the other day, and getting gold on the guns is relatively easy, especially if you have a lobby where people are kind of spaced out. But I was sitting there and I was recording, and I recorded about 45 minutes, and I did multiple different guns, getting them all gold. And I was like, man, I'm knocking these out. And I got to the VS Recon, and I spent 25, maybe 20 minutes on the Recon in that recording. And I'm just like, man, I feel like this should be done by now. And then right at the end, I remembered I hadn't even finished the military camos on the VS Recon. So I'm going for gold on a gun that I can't even get gold on. And so there's probably like 15 to 20 minutes of that recording that is just now scrapped that I can't use because I was doing it on a gun that doesn't have it. So it'll make the editing process a lot easier because right when I get to the Recon, I can just cut all that shit out. But yeah, doing that stuff today. But outside of that, man, it was a good holiday, and you know, I don't know about you, but when it comes to the end, like when you hit Christmas and then the next day after Christmas, it's always like, damn, we got a while to the next holiday. I feel like the
Yeah.
New Year, I call it the New Year depression hits, where it's like you're like, damn, there goes all like the fun past 3 months, October, November, December, all the holidays, you know, all the fun times, and now you're just fucking January through August is one of the worst times ever. I hate it so much.
Luckily for me, my family is Catholic, so we celebrate Easter, but we're not like traditional Catholic Easter. So like, I still get a basket from my mom of
Yeah.
just goodies, small like small time. Like there might be like some chocolates, some like
Yeah.
beef jerky type stuff in there. She'll get me like some energy drinks and stuff like that. But then we still do like big dinner and everybody still gets
Yeah.
together and stuff like that. So I get like a little bit of a break sometime in the spring, but until 4th of July hits, I kind of agree. Like, I
Yeah.
really ain't doing much.
Yeah, with me, I'm agnostic, so you know I don't do any religious things or anything like that. So, yeah, for me, it's like January to, but this is the time where you try to schedule trips. You know, you try to like go out of state, go out of
This is trip
town.
time.
You know, this is trip time where
Or
you do things.
if you like us, this time of the year is really important for us because this is when the Call of Duty season like really starts.
Yeah, this is where it gets ramped
That
up.
holiday break's over and we're
Yeah.
locked in until August.
Yeah. So, and that helps a
So-
lot too because and that's another thing is like, damn, Christmas is over. We still got 2 weeks until matches come back. So,
Yeah.
you know, we still got to sit here for 2 weeks and wait for the CDL to return. But once it does come back, it's just constant. And after Major 1, Major 2 qualifiers, every team plays each other in round robin.
Yep.
So that's going to be crazy to cover. It'll be fun to cover too. And of course, you know, the possibility of us being at Major 3 in May, you know, is still up there. So, you know, hopefully we have that to look forward to. Hopefully, you know, everyone can make that work and make that happen because that would be a fun thing to look forward to. A nice little in the middle between January and August, something fun to do. I'm going regardless. Whether this fucking guy goes or not is up to him. But
We'll figure it out.
we'll figure it
We're
out.
still trying.
But yeah, we have no matches to talk about, of course, no matches to recap, nothing like that. We're not gonna get into the matches that are coming because you know we like to do that the week of, so you guys can watch the episode and then go straight into the matches. So we have no matches or anything like that to cover. We're kind of just spitballing today and kind of just talking, because with the CDL being on hiatus, we can talk a little bit about challengers. Not much has happened in challengers. We've had a couple challengers cups happen. But nothing crazy has happened in challengers. One little brief thing we can mention because I don't want to bring down the vibe of the show. Show is supposed to be a very positive thing, but unfortunately, the creator of Call of Duty passed away in a car accident the other day. I think it was Sunday. Was it Sunday? Monday?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Couple days
Before Christmas.
Yeah, a couple days before Christmas.
What's his name? Vince Zampelli or something like that.
Vic Zambrella? Yeah.
Yeah. So rest in peace
Those
to
of you who
Vince,
don't
man.
know, he's the guy that gave us COD 4, Modern Warfare, and Modern Warfare 2. Those were sort of like his big brainchildren. You know what I'm saying? And arguably, those are the ones that made Call of Duty what it is.
Mhm.
Without those, I remember, COD 4 came out and it completely changed. Because Call of Duty was already popular and people liked it, but COD 4 was the one that made it popular, like super, super popular on Xbox, which I think is what really made Call of Duty, king. Like, Call of Duty was king of Xbox
Yeah.
forever, So, without that guy, he obviously had a team around him, but it's the same thing. We accredit a lot of, the Black Ops side of things to David Vonderhaar. There's always that one guy that becomes the clear standout of, this was,
Mhm.
their
Their
dream,
brainchild.
their image, their passion.
Yeah.
So that's crazy to see. Another thing about him is he sort of was like the Infinity Ward David Vonderhaar in the way that he actually did. That's relevant to us. He connected with the COD pros and the creators, and he actually knew them the same way that Vonderhaar would sit down with people and actually talk to people and get to know people. What do you want? What would you like to see?
Yeah, in the same way that now that's turned into Matt Scrance for Treyarch.
Yeah.
So
There's always that one person that sort of is the standout that does their best to bridge the gap. I saw on social media a lot of COD pros and like other creators were talking about it, like as if they had very strong. Crimsix put out a tweet that made it sound like he had like a very strong like personal relationship with the guy. So,
Yeah.
you know, anyone that knew him is probably hurting. That's terrible to see. I think a whole community can like appreciate this man. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just
So,
crazy to see stuff like that.
sending love to his family and his friends, and in terms of us who are Call of Duty people, we lost a big mind in the world that we surround ourselves in. So, I think he was working at Respawn too. Before,
Yeah, he was still involved. He
Yeah.
was still involved. He worked at with Respawn. He's still making games.
Yeah. So,
So
may he
hug
rest.
your loved ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hug him, hold him close. You never know what could happen. But not much has happened in Call of Duty since our last episode. I mean, it is the holidays, so this is the time where they release a patch and then they kind of take their little 2-week break of not really releasing anything because of the holidays. And, yeah, they're a big dev team and all that, but they have to spend time with their families as well. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I, myself, have not been on COD a whole lot over this break, been more on Arc Raiders. Which is something different for me, something I usually don't play, but it's been fun to branch out and do something else. And it's not because Black Ops 7 is boring or anything. It's just because, like I said, it's, Arc Raiders just had a big update come out and, everyone wiped. And I didn't wipe, of course, but, seeing everyone else wipe and, new maps getting added in before the holidays was cool. So I'm kind of just waiting on new stuff for COD. Biggest thing I would think would agree on, the biggest thing we're waiting on is ranked for Black Ops 7. We kind of have a whole idea of how we're going to do ranked, and it's going to be a little fun little sub-series on my personal channel and on my Twitch channel where, it's me, Will, one of my good friends, and then one of both of our good friends playing as a 4-stack and ranked, as long as they still have the, little 4-stack rule that they had the past couple years. And trying to, just grind and get as high as we can and get as far as we can in ranked. So that'll be an interesting little thing that we do. I've heard rumors of them potentially trying to release it at Season 1 Reloaded, but there's nothing concrete about that. I still think it's probably going to be Season 2. How they originally announced it is when rank's probably going to drop. Which that's in February, I think. So that would be after.
Yeah, February.
Yeah, that'd be after Major 1. So, I will say one thing: we're gonna have to make some decisions on if we want to do these watch parties for the majors or not. So that's one thing we'll have to talk about, because if so, then my ass gotta get off work. But
I say if we can do it without you getting any type of copyright issues or getting your shit taken down.
Yeah, which I'm not sure. I don't know
it.
if they said they were gonna open up something about signing up for some shit.
Like the only thing I've seen so far is the actual official partnered watch party people get invited to the streaming together function that Twitch now has.
Yeah.
Where you like share your viewer counts and stuff like that. So I don't know if signing up for the partner program is only so you have access to that, or I don't know if it's like strict. You can't restream it at all. I don't really know how they're doing it. It's not too clear.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If we did do like a watch party of it, it'd probably be on my personal Twitch channel. But we just have to see. Because I remember back when it was on Twitch before, there was something you could sign up for to be an official watch party of the CDL. Which I was one back in W2. So we'll see if they come out with something. They might come out with like and say something as we get closer to the major. But
yeah, I did look. They did have that this year for this season as well. We were just a little late on it. None of us would have been looking for something like that at the time. So
yeah. I know you haven't been on COD a lot recently.
Yeah, no, not really.
You've also been more on the Arc Raiders kick.
To an extent, man. I haven't been able to game at all since the wipe for Arc Raiders. I haven't loaded into a single raid. Holiday season is just usually pretty busy for me. Got a big family. You know what I'm saying? We're pretty locked in. So Yeah, like I said, I just haven't really got to play anything. I
Yeah.
haven't. The only thing I've played, I've booted up COD a couple times and played a couple free for alls just to play.
Yeah.
Just to have something to do. That's literally the only gaming I've done since the Arc Raiders wipe, which was on the 22nd.
Mm.
You know, so like, it was like super close to Christmas. You know, kind of an unfortunate time for people that are a little bit busier on the holidays, but you know, it is what it is. I have plenty of time to get back into it. The next wipe isn't for 60 days, so
Yeah.
plenty of time for everybody to get caught up and ready to go.
Yeah. I've definitely found myself getting a lot better at that game in terms of like the PvP and the combat and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
um,
it's really fun.
It's
such a unique. I think it's the most unique game we've had in 10 years.
yeah.
You know, when you look at it from the outside looking in, it's like, oh, it's basically just Tarkov, but when you play both, Ark is pretty damn different than Tarkov.
It's also just like in my mind, it's just a little bit simpler. Like they not really dumbed it down, but they just simplified it. Like, you know, every map isn't ginormous, doesn't feel like, you know, and it's like when you load in, like immediately, you know, you take a couple steps towards where you want to go, and someone could be there. You know, it's so there's always you have to keep your wits about you when you're playing that game, which I enjoy. For me, I mean, this goes for COD too. I just can't play a game solo. I hate playing games solo. So for me, it's like I haven't played Ark since probably Monday. In terms of us recording this, we're recording this on Friday the 26th, the day after Christmas. But yeah, haven't played since Monday. But I mean, you know, it's understandable because everybody's been busy, and you know, with it being the holidays and all that, you know, I'm not surprised that people aren't really around and aren't really gaming right now. So, plus there's, you know, I think Stranger Things came out yesterday, so a lot of people that are usually running games were watching that too, you know, so a lot going on.
For games last night, and I was like, no, sir. I'm sorry, no, sir. We're locked in.
I heard bad reviews about the Stranger Things stuff, but that's just me.
No, I liked it, but
I imagine the life will get back to a little bit more normalization as the next few weeks come. But yeah, in terms of COD, everybody, I mean, you know, CDL wise, there's not much going on right now. Challenger Cups have been, you know, pretty steady. There's been a pretty consistent top two, I think, between Bush and who's the other one?
It's a couple different teams that are looking good. Bush looks good. Omit Brooklyn still looks really good.
Brooklyn, yeah.
Falcons
Academy.
Falcons have two teams.
Like, yeah,
it's Falcons Academy
Green.
White and Falcons Academy Green. Yeah. I don't know which color is better.
I think Green's the better one. Is Green the one with ASIM? Yeah. I think the one with SM.
Whichever one has ASIM on it is.
Yeah, that's the better because they have him and Manny and someone else that was on the CDL team for Falcons last year. That was part of the Saudi team. But
what's his name? King.
King Abadi. King Abadi might be on it, but the other one started with an.
He's on one of them.
I can't remember one. Start.
Roxas.
Yeah, he's on Green with a seam. I'm pretty sure,
but yeah. So it's kind of just like Omit looks good. Bush looks really good.
Is there a cup this weekend?
It's a cup every weekend.
Okay, so there is one this weekend.
Should be, yeah. Huntsman for the Optic fans, they're steadily progressing, which is really nice to see. They actually just picked up a new head coach in Major Maniac. A lot, you know, COD fans will recognize that name, Major Maniac. It's never chalked. So I think he'll be a pretty good pickup for them. I think Major Maniac's honestly like kind of an underrated player in my opinion. So I'm assuming he's going to do great as a coach.
Yeah, I was looking to see. They're still using Face It, which I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah, they use Face It.
Because I've heard nothing but bad things since COD has switched to Face It, but
yeah, apparently the Face It refs are just
brain dead.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard. I was trying to find Black Ops 7 so I can see. Here we go. I want to see the date. The dates for these cups, but it's making me create an account, so I'm just gonna go screw myself. Oh, schedule. Here we go. Challengers Cup number 3. That's already completed, I think. Right?
Uh-huh. So the next one is oh yeah, I mean there isn't one this one. There's one next weekend. That makes sense
So
because it's
that's the
Christmas
Challenger
weekend.
Elite qualifier too.
The elites next weekend.
Yeah. So
The elite
that's cool.
qualifiers start next weekend. So yeah.
We'll
Isn't
see.
the elite at Major 1? Or am
I don't remember.
remembering that wrong?
I don't remember. Not even sure they've like announced when the Elite 100% is.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I have no clue. But yeah, literally no competitive COD this weekend whatsoever. There's none. So it just shows you the holiday seasons, folks, because they care about people spending time with their family, which they should. They should.
Oh yeah.
Trying to think what else, if anything else, has really gone down in the past week since the last time we sat down. Not much.
Nothing really, man.
Not much.
Yeah.
Viewership all around kind of dying off. I think a lot for COD's going to determine on, well, in terms of multiplayer, it's going to determine on ranked play. How does ranked play? Is cheaters running rampant? What does that look like? And then for Warzone, it depends a lot on this Avalon experience. They have Blackout experience coming out in the spring, which I'm not sure if that was Season 2 or if that's later. I can't remember.
I think that's later.
But,
Season.
you look at games like Arc Raiders, they have, like, taken over. And it's kind of just been like that. That's been the primary thing for a lot of viewership right now is those games. Which I mean, I think it's a good thing, right? Because you need that competition, but at the same time, with being a COD person, you're like, well, this sucks because Black Ops 7 is probably one of the better multiplayer CODs we've had in a while, and it's kind of just the sales were down, and I think it's just people were burnt out on Black Ops 6, and they just don't really care about Black Ops 7. So, we'll see what these updates look like when these important modes come out. I think one of the biggest things is you got to think about since you're Activision and you're in Infinity Ward and I think this was really interesting because me and one of my friends were talking about it the other day, where, you've got Modern Warfare 4 coming out next year, and it's going toe-to-toe with GTA 6 in November. And there is just I don't know about you, Will. I will be playing GTA over COD if the leaks I've heard are true about what's happening with Modern Warfare 4.
I don't know. For me, it'll just largely depend on, because they're different games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, one, I might have a desire to hop in. Like I said, literally the only gaming I've done the holiday weekend was just hopping in in a quick 2 free-for-alls a day, just still making sure I'm shooting the gun. You know what I'm saying? So, like, GTA is going to be huge, and I'm definitely going to want to play it, but I might still want to just hop on and shoot the gun one day. You know what I'm saying? So, like, who knows? I'm sure I'll still get it because, like, because we do this podcast, we kind of need to, like, be able to play the game and learn, like, certain things. You know what I'm saying? That you're not going to be able to learn just as a spectator, but I would, if it's, like, absolutely terrible, then sure, I probably will only play just to learn the maps.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
For me right now, I'm definitely leaning more towards of GTA, taking up a lot of my time. Just because, for one, it's been 12 years, 13 years since we've had a Grand Theft Auto. So, that's that alone is gets you excited enough. I just, it makes you wonder, because I think COD said that they weren't moving their release date. Like, they're, for what they have it set on the calendar now is what they're going for, which puts them in direct head-to-head competition with Grand Theft Auto when it drops. I do think GTA 6 is going to be one of the best-selling games of all time. It's going to be super popular. What changes they have made from, a decade ago is the question. think the big one is, does GTA 6 release with online multiplayer off launch? A lot of people speculate no, because they didn't do it with GTA 5. But we'll just have to wait and see, because a lot can change in that much time. I've heard the co-op, I've heard the campaign is co-op for GTA 6. Don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard. So if you're looking at a co-op campaign experience, story experience with GTA 6 and online, a week or two off launch of GTA 6, I mean, you're looking at steep competition for Modern Warfare 4 in November of 26. So gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. I have zero hype for Modern Warfare 4 whatsoever until more stuff comes out, because all the leaks I've heard is just abysmal, and it just sounds like they're going back to the bullshit no one wants. So until more comes out where we learn more about the core of the game and what Infinity Ward's thinking, it's hard for me to have hype over right now. But yeah.
The only thing I've seen recently, a couple of the IW devs were kind of contesting some of the rumors that people were posting, saying like what it was going to be. So at this point, there's no telling.
Yeah.
Stuff has been, they've gone to some stuff and said no, you don't know what you're talking about, but then they've also stayed quiet on other stuff. Who knows? It's Infinity Ward. Funny enough, like, I prefer shooting the guns and like the TTK and stuff like that of an Infinity Ward game more. But I don't prefer Infinity Ward games for like the competitive side of things.
Yeah.
Like, Infinity Ward games have been boring as hell to watch. The only, because the last one we had was MW2, and God, talk about a sleeper of a game to watch. Thank God Sledgehammer took over for MW3, because I don't know if I could have done 2 years of fucking super sword, like not even super soldier, bro. Geriatric old man running around on the map, stomping around.
Yeah, not good. I think this is big make or break game for IW here, because they've had some rough ones their past couple of releases. And I think people will get lost in Modern Warfare 2019 was one of the best selling CODs ever. That game was horrible, was not good. Don't care what anyone says. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But that's pretty much all we have for you folks.
Yeah.
Pretty short episode. A lot of people are going to enjoy that, because as we move into the season and the CDL gets back going, we're going to be back hitting the ground on hour-long episodes talking about the matches and the teams and tournaments and all that kind of stuff. So if you're a CDL fan, you have a lot to look forward to, and if you just enjoy watching the show, these short episodes are probably really nice for you. But if you guys did enjoy this little episode, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It helps the channel and pushes the videos out to more and more people and gets more eyes on the show, and we greatly appreciate it. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Make sure you follow on Twitter at, oh God, can I remember the @ of our own Twitter account?
This is not the Game 5 Round 11. I'm on the Twitter right now. I'll tell you. At the Lobby Pregame.
That's what I thought it was. But I didn't want to be wrong. At the Lobby Pregame on Twitter. Make sure you follow it there. And make sure you pay attention to our social posts on the YouTube channel, because we post on there if something changes, and we post on the Twitter, of course, if something changes when an episode has to be pushed back or something like that. So follow both of those, subscribe to the channel, all that good jazz. If you want to find me on my personals, you can find me at my Twitter at VVTrep. You can find Will at Mr. Williz on Twitter. And it's pretty much the same for Twitch, except for Will, it is just Williz on Twitch. For me, it stays the same at VVTrep. So you can follow both of our streams and, yeah, keep up with us in our personal lives of everything. So we're pretty much...
But you can make the number bigger.
Will don't post, but you can make him look famous.
You can make
just
the
by
number
following.
bigger if you want. Sure.
Yeah. I post all the time. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Trep. Will, send us out of here.